What if I told you that everything you've ever learned about learning English is a myth? That the years you spent memorizing vocabulary, the flashcards, the grammar drills, what if all of that was holding you back from ever truly becoming fluent?
It sounds crazy, right? You've been told that's how it works, that you have to build a language, one word at a time, like a wall. But a wall can't have a conversation. In fact, your brain is designed to learn a language like a forest grows. It just needs the right environment.
And we're going to give your brain that environment. Welcome to Listen First English, the podcast that helps you find your path to fluency. I'm Ben.
And I'm Ava. We're so glad you're here. And we're ready to show you a new way to look at fluency. A way that feels more natural, more fun, and way less frustrating.
Let's start with a problem we both know well, Ava. That feeling of being in a conversation with a native speaker and you just freeze up. You have the perfect thing to say, but by the time you translate it in your head, the moment is gone.
Oh, absolutely. I've been there so many times, it's like your brain is a computer running a program that's too slow. You're trying to access a separate dictionary for every single word, then put it all together using a list of grammar rules you memorized. The result is a choppy, unnatural sentence. Or worse, silence.
Right. It's like we were all taught to be human calculators for the English language, but nobody told us how to just talk. The system is broken. We treat English as a puzzle to be solved, not as music to be felt.
And that's exactly why so many people get stuck at the intermediate level. They have the vocabulary, they understand the rules, but they lack the natural rhythm and a deep, intuitive feel for the language. They're still translating, and translation is the enemy of fluency.
It's such an important point, Ava. When we learned our first language, we didn't translate, we didn't learn grammar in a class, we were in full immersion. The language was just everywhere. We absorbed it. We failed, we made mistakes, but our brains were constantly building connections subconsciously. We weren't consciously trying to build a wall, we were just living in the forest.
So what's the solution? We have to go back to the beginning. Literally. We have to do what we did as babies. And no, Ben, that doesn't mean you have to go back to babbling. It means you have to go back to listening.
Exactly. Think about it. A baby listens for a full year before they say a single word. They don't have a textbook. They don't have grammar rules. They just absorb everything. The tone, the rhythm, the emotional weight of what's being said. Their brain is a sponge.
We need to get back to that sponge state. For the first stage of this journey, your only job is to become an active listener. You won't feel the pressure to speak, to translate, or to pass a test. You will simply immerse yourself in English that's designed for you to absorb, not to memorize. This is about building a language bank so full that when you're ready to make a withdrawal, the money will just be there.
And this is why this method is so different from what you've tried before. You're not adding new facts to your brain. You're building new neural pathways. It's the difference between trying to memorize a map of a city and actually walking the streets. When you walk, you don't just learn the names of the streets. You learn how to get around. You learn the feel of the city. You learn the shortcuts.
That's a perfect analogy, Ben. We're going to give you the chance to walk the streets of the English language. This is about building a foundation so strong that when you're ready to speak, the words won't be a struggle to find. They will just flow out naturally because they feel right.
I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds great, but how do I know it's working? How do I know I'm making progress if I'm not speaking?
That's a totally valid question. But the progress won't be in a test score. It will be in your brain's ability to subconsciously connect the dots. You'll start to hear phrases you recognize. You'll understand the tone of a sentence without having to think about every word. It's a silent, powerful process.
The transition from listening to speaking isn't a struggle, it's a spark. It's that moment when your brain, so full of absorbed language, finally just decides to make noise. It's a rush of confidence that you've never felt before.
So, are you ready to let go of the old rules and embrace a new way of learning?
In this episode, we've unlearned the myth that English is a puzzle to be solved and realized that true fluency comes from natural absorption. Just like you learned your first language, it begins with the powerful act of listening.
Next time on Listen First English, we're going to give you the exact blueprint for how this works in your brain. We'll talk about the first language blueprint, how your brain already knows how to do this. It's more than just listening. It's a powerful method based on how your brain is naturally wired.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you're ready to start your journey.
Subscribe to Listen First English to make sure you don't miss a single episode, and we'll see you next time.